Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel, and I'm glistening. Am I not? Am I not? I just finished a super nourishing, deeply moisturizing skincare routine. Okay, so it is like the depths of winter where I live right now. It is really, really harsh outside and it's really affecting my skin. I just went through a really bad period of super dry skin. I had some dry patches and flakes, and I've been dealing with dehydration and really badly chapped lips. So I wanted to make a video showing some of the products that have really helped me get through this kind of like awkward, dry skin, winterized skin patch. Some products that have helped me nourish my skin, moisturize it, replenish it, treat those chapped lips, and help to cut down and prevent dehydration. I am calling it the ultimate moisturizing nighttime routine. So if you guys are so ready to see what products I have been relying on, give the video a big thumbs up and let's get started. Alright, so I'm going to go in for a double cleanse to get my makeup and sunscreen off. And I'm going to start off with the Klairs Gentle Black Fresh Cleansing Oil and just working that in. I like this because it's fragrance free. It's very straightforward cleansing oil, gets the job done, and it does not strip moisture. And then I am going to follow it up with the Sioris Cleanse Me Softly Milk Cleanser. Now this is a really good choice because not only does it not strip moisture from my skin, it actually adds a little bit of moisture back into my skin, which is going to be really great for my overly winterized, super dry and irritated skin. But I do like that this washes away cleanly and I don't have like a filmy feeling afterwards. Now, because I'm kind of like maxing out on moisturization, tonight I am going to take a little bit of extra time to do the I'm From Honey Wash Off Mask. I swear by this for so many years for dry, irritated, itchy, winterized skin, moisture barrier problems. This mask has you covered. There's like 38% of honey in here and it is so like honey delicious. Look at this texture. It's beautiful and it just coats your skin in this gorgeous moisture. All right, so I'm really gonna let that mask just sit and infuse with my skin for a moment. You know, this is the type of mask, the longer you wear it, the more moisturization you're gonna get from this one. So, I mean, you can wear this for as little as 10 minutes and you'll get the calming effect from the honey, definitely. But if you wear this anywhere between like 20 minutes to an hour, you're really gonna get the deep moisturization effects. And that is what I'm aiming for tonight because I really need to treat my winterized skin. All right, so as I let this mask infuse with my skin, I'm just gonna take a moment to kind of go over my skincare goals for this particular like ultimate moisturizing routine. And I think whenever you're building a routine, especially if you're trying to address like an immediate kind of issue on your skin, it's a good idea to kind of have those goals in mind because it helps you craft and pick out your skincare products and the combination of products a lot more effectively. So really my number one goal with this one, as the name would suggest, ultimate moisture, is to relieve dryness on my skin. Now, another focus of this skincare routine is going to be the moisture barrier. This is not news to you. I always focus on my moisture barrier. It's really the foundation of every skincare routine because it's the foundation of good skin health. All that being said, I'm doubling down. I'm doubling down because one of the main things on top of my dryness is dehydration. I'm getting a lot of dehydration particularly from the heating inside my apartment. It can make the air extremely dry inside, and I can't not heat my apartment, right? Because it's just too cold. So I do have to combat that dry environment by really, strengthening my moisture barrier, really doubling down on ceramides, cholesterol, fatty acids, right? And all the ways that you can hug hydration into your skin. This is really going to help, not just treat the symptom of dehydration, but get down to the cause. My skin is actually feeling really very plumped and calmed and moisturized from this honey mask. So I think it's time to go wash this one off. I'm going to head into the bathroom, wash it off, and then meet you right back here. We're going to get into the nitty-gritty of this routine. Okay, and we're back, and you know what the first step is going to be. you know it's going to be toner. Of course it is. This is going to do so much for my skin right at the beginning of the skincare routine, because this toner is not only going to deeply hydrate my skin, helping to relieve that dehydration, but this toner also has some calming elements to it that are really going to help relieve the irritation. And this is a new favorite of mine. It's the Cosrx Cica toner. There's a good amount of Cica in here. I think it's like 80% of like various different Cica extracts, including madecassoside and azathioxide, centella extract, and all that goodness, and it is so deeply replenishing to my skin. You know, I'm incredibly picky when it comes to toners. I'm going in for my second layer, by the way. Super picky. Like, I just have very high standards because, you know, toners work really hard for dehydrated skin. Well, some of them do, right? And that's why I'm so picky. This just like meets all my requirements. This has been like a really like, I fell in love with it real fast, if you know what I mean. I know what I like, and when I find it, I know it. So this is one of those types of toners. And already I'm starting to feel the relief in like my big irritated areas, which is really just kind of like around my nose and my mouth area, my chin. I'm already starting to feel just some calming effects just from the toner alone. All right, this is layer 3, and honestly, it's feeling pretty good, especially because I have like a really nice kind of base of moisture on my skin from the I'm From Honey mask. 3 layers of this toner, and like I said, it's a hard-working toner. My skin is feeling replenished. It's definitely feeling calmer. It's feeling just like really nice and refreshed, and it just feels wonderful. So we're going to move on to the next step. Now, the next product is definitely one of the hero moisturizing products in this skincare routine. This is going to offer a ton of nourishment to my skin. You know, I couldn't do an ultimate moisturizing routine without this one. It is the Laneige Cream Skin Refiner. This has been a wintertime staple for me. It is such a trusty product, but let me tell you, it is a tricky product. Feels good. I love how that feels. So I said this is a tricky product because the texture is very deceiving. And I know I've said this in a lot of videos, but I really kind of want to hit this point home because I do think that the more flexibility you give yourself with this product, the more success you'll probably have with it. Because this particular product, if I use it, and I'll show you in a second the serum that I've chosen to go with this, it's a really great match, but it's not maybe as thick or moisturizing as you might expect it to be, and that's because I personally have found those serums don't work with Cream Skin Refiner. If I use Cream Skin Refiner first and then put that serum on top, it's like that serum doesn't really absorb really nicely. It just kind of sits on top of my skin, and then I start getting these really weird thick layers that are sitting on top of my skin, not absorbing in and doing what it's supposed to do. I've tried to put Cream Skin Refiner on after serum. That just becomes a really weird mess on my skin in a whole different way. So I have found it to work really nice as kind of like a pseudo essence. You know, I'm not using a traditional essence product in today's routine. The Laneige Cream Skin Refiner is kind of acting like my essence product. It's definitely taking that step in this routine. And I have found using the lighter weight toner and then the serum, which I'm about to show you, which is more of like a medium kind of consistency serum, is really kind of the recipe for success for my skin when it comes to absorbing and settling into the skin properly. So I guess that was just a really big lead up for me saying, feel flexible. You know, don't be married to using this as a toner. Don't be married to it like using it as an emulsion. Play around with the different products before maybe you write this one off as a failure, because it doesn't, I just found personally that it doesn't play well with every single product, and so a little bit of experimentation might be in store, but this is so amazing for dry, dehydrated, irritated skin, moisture barrier problems. It's worth playing around with to see if it can work for you. Okay, that was like a super like big lead up to the serum, right? I know you're dying to find out what it is. It is the R&W Ceramide Plus Concentrate. So I chose this one definitely because of the ingredients, but particularly as a match for Laneige Cream Skin Refiner, the texture, because it does actually look kind of creamy on camera, but it's a little bit more gel-like, kind of a creamy gel-like consistency. It's really not super nourishing or rich. It's not oily at all. There's a good amount of hydration to this one, honestly. and it actually spreads across the skin and it absorbs in a really nice light layer. There's a whisper of moisture to this one, and we have like, you know, it's chock full of ceramides. I think there's 5 different types of ceramides in this one. There's also a couple of different moisture barrier supportive peptides, some peptides that also help with irritated skin. And so all around that makes this just a really great choice, because not only does the texture layer well with my other products and it's not going to overwhelm my skin, I still can't go in like super duper thick in every single, you know, layer. You got to kind of build yourself up to that to get your skin to absorb everything really nicely. But this is really going to help me with my moisture barrier, because, you know, ceramides, cholesterol, fatty acids, those are the ingredients that really fortify and strengthen your moisture barrier, and that's what helps fight dehydration and transepidermal water loss. You know, you can hydrate your skin all you want and kind of replenish what you've lost from your skin, but if you're not fortifying and strengthening your moisture barrier, it's just like this endless cycle of always hydrating and then losing the hydration and then hydrating and then losing the hydration. You can break that cycle if you make your moisture barrier stronger by feeding it its main components that help keep it strong. So ceramides are a huge focus in all of my skincare routines, but particularly in winter. Like, they are, like I said, I doubled down on this stuff because that's what helps me get through the really harsh temperatures. So I'm just going to put on a little bit of eye cream, and I decided to choose the Pyeongkangyo Black Tea Time Reverse Eye Cream because it's got a really nice, nourishing, buttery, moisturizing texture, but it's not super thick. It's got really good absorbency. Now, you know I can't do a barrier-focused skincare routine without Stratia Liquid Gold, right? This is another product that has ceramides, cholesterol, fatty acids in it. It also contains 4% of niacinamide. And, you know, this is kind of like I said, I'm doubling down. I've got the ceramides, the cholesterol, fatty acids in the R&W serum, and I also have them here in Stratia. Now, spoiler alert, I'm going to be using a moisturizer that does not contain ceramides. You know, that's usually my favorite vehicle for ceramides in my skincare routine, but I actually found a different cream that's working really well for me right now, but that's no sweat for me because I have these other great super concentrated products that I personally think are really well formulated. So really anywhere you can fit them into your routine, it's going to work out well for you. Now, as you know, this is a Kelly classic as well. I do like to put a couple drops of facial oil into my Stratia Liquid Gold just to really kind of like oomph up the moisture. And recently in the last couple of months, I've been really happy with the Be Happy Calming Oil. This is from a Korean brand called 76N1, and this is a blend of Tsubaki oil, camellia oil, as well as hemp oil. Now, this facial oil is quite thick. Actually, it is very moisturizing. This is not like a lighter facial oil. This is really geared towards those fighting dryness, and there's a really nice healing property to this oil. The first couple times I used it, I felt a lot of irritation relief, not just moisturization, but like that relief on my skin. And yeah, it's definitely helped make my skin not only feel more moisturized, but a little bit more strong. And so it's just a really nice kind of blend with the liquid gold. Now, I'm going to use another moisturizer on top of this. So if you don't have this type of like creamy kind of emulsion type product in your routine, I would suggest just adding a couple drops of facial oil into your moisturizer. It really serves the same purpose, just for layering with the specific products I personally am using today. This is where it makes sense to mix the oil in. And I'm just running just a little bit of extra right around the lip kind of line. I'm not going like all the way under my lips, but like I told you, there's irritation kind of under here and up here. And so I'm just kind of making sure that the oil hits those areas. The hemp oil in particular has been really nice for that chapped feeling around my lips. As I said, it's got a healing property to it, and so that definitely just kind of helps soothe the irritation in that area. But I am going to kind of go a little extra on my lip area. So recently I got a package, a PR package. So this was sent to me for free from the brand Cocokind. And I'm not that familiar with their stuff, but I have seen them at Target. But this is like an all over moisture stick. This is their My Matcha Stick, and this has been really helpful for my lip area. So what I really like about this is a very simple ingredients list. It's just 3 ingredients. It's coconut oil, beeswax, and matcha or green tea powder. So I love how simple it is. And it really is just like a kick of moisture into your skin. You know, they advertise this as something you can use on your lips, something you can use under your eyes, or just any area that has like a dry patch. This just infuses the skin with that coconut oil and really kind of helps bring some moisture. And I am going to use another lip product in addition to this. But what I like about this all over moisture balm is I feel comfortable kind of running this, you know, outside of my lip area, if that makes sense. Because the other product, I'm just going to spoil it. The other product I'm going to use, no surprise here, is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. And I don't feel comfortable putting that outside of my lip line. You know what I mean? But this stuff is just like some really nice kind of shot of like additional moisturizing, nourishing oil. So I can put it all over my lips. But I can also kind of get up top here and down below here. All right, and it's time for the final moisturizer. And I am really excited to share this product with you because this is brand spanking new. I have not talked about this yet on my channel or on Instagram, but I promise you I've been using this for the last 2 weeks and this saved my skin. No joke, saved my skin. This is actually the product that inspired me making this video because my skin was so bad just a few weeks ago. It was so incredibly dry. It was so itchy. It was so irritated. It was so flaky. And it was just crying out for help. It was so bad. Like all of a sudden it's like that like light switch went off and it's like winter time, you know what I mean? And my moisturizers just weren't quite enough. I was just really craving something very thick, super buttery, and really occlusive. And you know, I took a gamble on this one because I got a PR package from this brand and I had taken a look at everything and I was like, that's a very thick occlusive cream. We'll see about that, right? And so I remembered about this and I was like, what do you have to lose, right? And I kid you not, this saved my skin. Within a matter of a day or two, I was already starting to feel so much better. And so I just have been incorporating this into my routine, especially at nighttime, and it has just done wonders. It's gotten my skin back into shape really quickly. So this is a big lead up, but I feel very strongly about this. So this is from Naturium. It is their Intense Overnight Sleeping Cream. So as you can see, it's very thick. It's very buttery. It's incredibly rich. There is like a really kind of like an oil type of richness feel to this moisturizer. As you run it between your fingers, you will feel a silky oil richness to it. It is so moisturizing, but there is also a very good occlusivity to this cream, and I think that that's the key to what my skin was really craving at the time, because I actually normally don't like super occlusive creams, but right now I need it. I really do. And that is really what fights dehydration, especially at nighttime. Even though I sleep with a humidifier, I still need that extra layer of protection. So I kind of relate to this cream like a moisturizer meets a sleeping pack. You know, it is they call it an intense sleeping cream. And so it definitely does have kind of that skin restoring, kind of like thick treatment type of feeling like sleeping packs can give you. But because it's so nourishing, it's so moisturizing, I would never put this on top of another moisturizer. I would always just use this as my main moisturizer, and it is just doing the trick. Now, the directions say to use this actually just a few nights a week, and I would actually have to agree with that because I was like, whatever, I'm gonna use this every single night. Maybe in the day too, because it's so amazing. Yeah, don't do that. Maybe like some other skin types can get away with it. I did find I used it like 4 or 5 days in a row, and then I started to notice that my skin was feeling maybe just a little congested. Just the little hints that maybe it was just a little bit too much. So I actually just backed off, and now I am using it like every other night, and it's perfect. It's just the right amount for my skin, and it really is just that really intense, protective, kind of dry skin moisturizer that my skin really needs right now. My only criticism, my only one, is it actually does not come with a spatula, and I know that like people complain about this all the time. You know, honestly, you know, jar packaging, I think it should always come with a spatula, but quite honestly, this is so thick. I mean, like, it's not coming out. You know, like they do that like meringue test, you know, when in baking shows and like, oh, the meringue's done. This is like meringue. It's not coming out. I don't want to stick my fingers into something so thick like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not really pleasing for such a thick kind of texture. Spatulas definitely work better. And I just use this. This is just, I collect the spatulas and I just reuse them for products like this. So my only criticism is you definitely want to have a spatula for this one. Other than that though, I really like this. I'm like very excited about this cream. And finally, I am going to finish off with the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. So this is the gummy bear version. I think it was like limited edition at Sephora. Let me tell you, I don't know exactly what a gummy bear would smell like. To me, this smells just like plain old grape. It's just grape. That's all. So it's a fancy name for a simple kind of scent. I think it's great. I enjoy it. This is really my go-to kind of lip product. It works super well for me. I've been using it many, many years, but I'll tell you, because I'm feeling extra chapped, this wasn't quite cutting it. And I found that the combination between the Cocokind Moisture Stick and the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask is like, it's perfect. Because the Cocokind just kind of helps me get just a little extra deeper layer of moisture. And then the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask, it's so long lasting. This keeps my lips protected all night long as I sleep. And I know I've told you guys this before. It's such a bad habit. I really press my face into my like pillow. I'm a side and stomach sleeper and I just can't help it. I'm just always jamming my face into my pillow. And so naturally you would think that this would rub off, but it really infuses with your lips. It really is long lasting. I always have just a little layer of protection still left in the morning. And so that's a big reason why I'm a fan of it, is because I don't have to wake up in the middle of the night and reapply it. And it just, you know, it works with my lip chemistry, I guess, so to speak. You know, everybody's lips are different. It's not going to work for everybody. It happens to work for me. And this particular combo has been a lifesaver. All right, I am like a glazed donut. I'm like all shiny. I'm all like lubed up. I don't know, it's kind of gross. No, I'm like, but like, this is the goal. You know what I mean? At the end of the night is just to like encase your skin in beautiful protective skincare. My skin feels amazing. It feels a lot more calm. It feels really, really plumped up with hydration and moisture, and it feels very protected. You know, the air, the environment is definitely really dry, and I just feel like my skin can take it now. It just feels really good and refreshed. And by the way, these Velcro things that I have been pulling my hair back with are amazing. I like swear by these. So I'll link to these in the info box too. They're super cheap and they're really, really handy because I had these bangs cut in a couple months ago, and now it's just like they're always kind of in the way when I do my skincare, but these are awesome. So I hope you guys enjoyed this ultimate. I hope you felt it was ultimate. It feels ultimate to me. Ultimate moisturizing, really kind of winter type of nighttime routine. All of these products have really just kind of helped my skin get through kind of that awkward winterization period. So I'm curious to know, what's the weather like where you live right now? Is it summertime? Because if it is, you're very lucky. I really don't like cold weather. But let me know what it's like where you're living and how that's maybe affecting your skin. So tell me in the comments. If you enjoyed this video and maybe it was helpful to you, but for some reason you made it to the end of the video, but you're not subscribed to my channel, like I feel like we have a thing. Let's like not let it die down. Let's keep it going. Basically, it's just a really funny way for me to ask you to subscribe to my channel. I release 2 new skincare and beauty focused videos every single week. You can turn on notifications and then you'll never miss when those videos are uploaded throughout the week. I hope you guys are healthy, happy, and safe wherever you are in this insanely crazy world. We've gotten off to quite a start this month, haven't we? But I really am hoping the best for all of you, and I cannot wait to see you in the next video. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.